Well, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and today we've got a special little video to sort of tie up the loose ends of KENPACHI's celebration, and it's going to be a showcase of the other character who got buffed during this patch, because remember, KENPACHI isn't the only character that got anything this patch. There was actually another, do you remember? It's Yachiru. We're going to be doing a Yachiru showcase, and I have very high expectations for this character. I actually think this character could really impress us. And here's the kicker: as a bit of a challenge, I'm not going to raise her at all. So we're going in there with a 12,479 power Yachiru, level 40 slash, level 30 weapon, skills unleveled. We don't even have the bonus one here for bonus damage. We don't have the bonus one here for bonus damage. Blah blah blah. That's how it goes. We've got boundaries afoot because we've been playing for a few banners now, and you'll just accumulate Yachirus just by playing. That's just how it goes. Especially if you pulled on the KENPACHI banner, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, she is on this banner, right? Obviously, she is his lieutenant, so there's Yachiru there as well. This is going to be, I bet this is going to be pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. I actually have pretty high hopes for Yachiru here. We are running her stamp at 8 Ascension Stage 5, which again, this should be really easy to get because the purples are just easy to get, if we're honest. I mean, look at, I have a bunch of level 5 Ascension stages that I've literally just not put in because I haven't needed them, but look at all these. Look at all these. I have so many, right? Like, so long as you're playing the game, you will get a level 5 version of essentially every SR's character core stamp, right? But that's neither here nor there. We've also got the weapon. The weapon is also level 5. Again, so long as you're pulling on banners, you're going to get a level 5 version of this weapon because it's an SR. So, you know, you pull enough, you're going to get these. And yeah, 30% crit damage here while providing inspiration. And what is it? 30% here? 30% crit rate bonus here while providing, or spectating rather. I think this is going to go very well. The boundaries, if you're wondering, give attack percent while spectating. We've got ultimate charge rate for Yachiru herself. We've got inspiration, grants a bonus 8% slash damage bonus. And we've got 1% ultimate energy second while spectating. The reason this is going to be so powerful is, check right here. 30% crit rate for 15 seconds. I go up here. My KENPACHI currently has 56% crit rate. He's going to go up to 86% crit rate, and then guess what? He's going to get his core stamp passive activated. He's going to go up to 100% crit rate. I have high hopes for this actually just like factually being an insane setup for essentially no input. So let's get into the actual showcase. I can't wait. So here we've got the actual fight loading in, and yeah, as I said, I think this is, I mean, I'm impressed. Like, I did go ahead and record the actual fight in post, so we're getting this inserted in. I want to commentate over it. This run went pretty clean. This is obviously, we're doing this on the training dummy, but man, this felt like a bomb with a capital B. Remember, Yachiru is providing mega amounts of support for the team, but she is specifically providing a bonus amount of support for KENPACHI himself. You can see me getting used to the actual rotations here. Again, I haven't used Yachiru since the beginning of the game, essentially. When I first got the character, I used her to level 40 when I was, the game was starting, everything was fresh. Used her in beta, used her on launch, but I didn't want to bring her past level 40. Why? Because Kisuke Urahara is the character you get first from the standard banner if you select him. Because of that though, and ooh, we have got a great rotation here. This is perfect. This is perfect. Let's see the damage. 1.6 million on just the hit, 1.2 million rather, 2 million on the hit. We're gonna go all the way to ultimate here. We've got 40 stacks. Let's see it. We're gonna crit here. It's gonna do 1 billion damage, man. That's a 5 million damage ult, not counting the actual ailment procs, right? That, if that's true. And then we have Aizen with a 3.5 million ult. Are you kidding me? That is a value character we've got here. Remember, Yachiru is not here to do that damage. She is here to provide her buffs, and she is doing a great job. We're going to go right into our empowered technique, and we are melting this baby. This big-ass baby is getting the beats put to him. YouTube, do not demonetize me for that. There is no child or toddler beats going on in here. It's just this ugly ass dog ass worm that Mayuri calls a son. And yeah, here we got the perfect one again. Boom, right there. We go into KENPACHI. Of course, we're going to take a quick look at KENPACHI's ult gauge, and I realize that I am going to have enough for KENPACHI's ult gauge. So if you're wondering why I'm not using the burst, it's because I'm not using the ult, it's because I want to go into Aizen's ult first. We do use the burst and we get full damage. Even inside, we pop Yachiru's ult because Yachiru does not need to come in to use her ult when she has her core stamp, I believe is the thing that makes that possible. But regardless, whether her core stamp or and 1.5 million into the break, oh, this thing's about to get dropped. We're not going to get to the 40, I think, unless I greet it. We do get to the 40 here. And Yachiru's buff just ran out. It just ran out there. Let's see what we do. 2.5? That's a 5.1 million ultimate. That's a 5.1 million ultimate. Again, that's huge. That is huge right there. Because remember, there is nothing more important for your KENPACHI than getting to as close to 100 crit as possible. So even in the case where you're looking at a character like, you know, Urahara, you still want to be as close to 100% before we start looking at, oh, well, let's buff his crit damage, right? Like, if I could get KENPACHI to like 90% crit rate or 80% crit rate, then this would be way less impressive because I would just use Urahara's, obviously. I would use his ult. I would get way more flat crit damage. But because I'm unlocking for my free-to-play ass a way to consistently hit these big-time crits, that is the damage differential you're going to be seeing, right? So as we continue to just put this baby in fucking, like, hospice, dude, we're taking this baby to the fucking range, like, you're going to notice these numbers just piling on, getting big, and we're not going to get the break here, so we're going to do less damage, and we can see what a normal rotation without the break looks like. But, I mean, even still, I mean, like, look at him just getting destroyed. These are huge numbers. We're already at, what does that say on the top left? Already at, like, 80 million, and we could have greeted the counter first, but we're just going to go with the ult, and 1.3 into 2.7 million with no break. No break, and I imagine we were missing some buffs there. We're gonna greed, and we get it perfectly. That's just good. That's good handling of the character. You can tell that I'm a few days in now to actually playing this new rotation, and it's becoming really fast. So you can saw there, I didn't need more spiritual nodules there, fervor or whatever. So I actually dodged out of the last hit and went into his actual like special attack, rather than finishing the attack. That's something that you're going to just need, that sort of awareness when you play KENPACHI. You're going to need to realize what exactly your resources you're juggling, which in most cases is going to be the fervor. Here we're not waiting because we know there's only 10 seconds left, so we're going to just try to get as much damage as possible. And as we finish off here, I would like to say, as the numbers stack up and up and up, that I will see you in the post-mortem because, yeah, that's a lot of fucking damage, I think. Thank you, Yachiru. Peace. And there you have it, an absolute bomb with KENPACHI. And if you compare this to my previous runs, I mean, it's pretty similar, right? 93 million total damage is, I want to say 83 million was, like, total damage was my previous KENPACHI highlight, was it not? So is this not literally a 10 million damage bonus by using a character who is level 40? This character is level 40 right now, right? So you're talking about a character who has no, like, there's no necessity to actually put anything into her. And her core stamp, her weapon stamp, this is all free to play. Like, you're going to have these just from summoning on other banners, just from summoning on other characters, just from running corridor stamp, or stamp corridor rather. Anyway, so imagine you end up with a Yachiru who has given your KENPACHI 10 million damage, and By the way, okay, so keep it in mind, by the way, 74 million point 13 and 19 million point 62. She's doing no damage. Total damage 93.8 million. And let's go look at her comparison. Her comparison is my monster, what I'd call a pretty monstrous Kisuke Urahara, right? And though you should have Kisuke Urahara, right? It's not like, you know, this isn't a character you should have innately because he's just the most, you know, no dub, just go get him character. This is 175% crit damage, 153% ult charge rate. This is good gear. Before, I'd say that my gear for Urahara was like a little lackluster. I'd call him well geared now. There's obviously room to improve, right? There always is. But at 55% here, we've got 15% here, and a double ult charge here with a 15% here. None of it level 30, of course. Like I said, there is room to improve the gear, obviously. But this is a good Urahara. This is also a stage 3 core stamp, full weapon stamp. And let's go check the comparison. My Yachiru has a level 30 weapon. My Yachiru has 1,000 attack. She has 12,000 power. She has level 1 all stamps. And she's just giving 30% crit rate bonus for 15 seconds whenever she switches off to spectate. This is obviously an Ascension level 5 stamp, but I mean, how do you not have this if you've been playing for a while? And I mean, it's just like a free to play. Like the purple stamps you're gonna get. You're just gonna get them. Again, I mean, I've not gone out of my way to get her weapon stamp, but obviously, you know, I have it at, you know, Ascension level 5, because if you play long enough, Yachiru will just show up. The purple ones you will get, right? That's just how it goes. So Yachiru being an absolute monster, literally dog gear. This is dog gear. This is level 8 skills. A maximum of level 5, because she's just duped. She's duped because of obviously, you know, pulling on other characters. So if you have Yachiru, if you've got her sitting in the tank, why not give her a try, right? I mean, she gets 30% here. She's granting slash damage bonus. She's granting 1% ultimate energy every second while spent. Like, this is kind of a no-duh situation for me. And I just wanted to put this video out to sort of offer a side upgrade, because in my previous video, if you can remember, people were asking about, well, what should I do if I have Tozen, if I have Gin? You know, a lot of people, they started during the Tozen or during the Gin patch, so they got Gin, they got Tozen, they got Rangiku, and they're actually stalling on getting Kisuke. The reason why, obviously, is because they wanted a thrust team, right? So if you're someone who's stalling on getting Kisuke, you probably do have Yachiru sitting around. This is a good character. So if you've decided to pick up KENPACHI and you have Yachiru sitting around, this is a level 40 character. I'm a completely free-to-play player, right? That was a 90 million damage effort. By the way, I want to show you something. Let me show you something so my current co-op challenge right now, 61 million. 61 million. This was my thrust team. This is my good thrust team, was 61 million. I get like closer to 62 million, but that's my thrust team. You know, I wanted to try out the thrust team now that we've had, you know, a bunch of time playing with predominantly, you know, Aizen and KENPACHI. But if you have Yachiru +1, like, you could be really banging it out. I mean, this is a top 94 team as of, you know, so far being a few hours in, right? Where, you know, obviously I'm gonna get scaled out of the top higher like echelons, right? But I mean, as of recording this video, it's been a few hours, and you know, top 94 here, top 6% here. Yeah, I would call that mighty impressive from Yachiru. The buffs are definitely something that are very exciting. I mean, there's a reason why Yachiru specifically and Rangiku are topping people's lists. There's a reason that these characters are up there on lists, and that goes for Momo as well, I'd say. You know, these are powerful characters. These are actually powerful characters. This isn't Yuryu, this isn't Chad, this isn't Orihime, this isn't, you know, Shikai-less Ichigo or Yururu or Renji. This is a character. She's one of them ones. So I would definitely give her a try if you've been kind of hanging out, you know, wondering what you're gonna, you know, pull next. maybe you're new to the game and you don't have many resources. You're waiting on getting a bunch of these characters because you've missed a few patches. Obviously, Aizen is a main contributor to that damage, right? If you get those rotations down, then Aizen is very powerful. But hey, man, say during Chinese New Year's they rerun an Aizen banner, and now you don't have Kisuke Urahara, but you got Aizen, Kenpachi, plus Yachiru. You know, it's something to consider. It's definitely something to consider. Maybe, I mean, she'd be buffing Byakuya slash damage, right? If you have Byakuya and you're running Kenpachi and Yachiru, like that. Running Byakuya when you have Yachiru means that you have less buttons to press, so you can get Byakuya's rotations out like cleaner as well, which is very nice. I'd say that's one thing about Yachiru that's very nice, is she just has her support going. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that showcase. That fight looked pretty clean to me. Like, if you like the video, subscribe, join the club. We all go make it, and peace.